Next week, tensions flare between the Connor Swain family and their new neighbor, David. The newcomers at number 6 have already ruffled David's feathers after Betsy slipped a pizza box and other rubbish into his recycling bin. In response, David took the waste out and dumped it onto Carla and Lisa's front garden. "It's probably best to set clear rules from the start, don't you agree?" David remarked, while Lisa pointed out he could have just spoken to them quietly. As the petty feud over bins grows, Lisa decides she can play at the same game by jotting down every occasion she hears David's dog barking through the wall. Carla finds the whole thing entertaining, but just how much further will it spiral? Kit tries to smooth things over by having a private chat with Eli, but as expected, it only backfires. Summoned before D.I. Costello to answer accusations of police harassment, Kit ends up being reassigned to desk work for the time being. Still, the boss tries to protect him, saying that if anyone asks, they'll blame it on Kit's recent injury, avoiding the need for an official misconduct review. Meanwhile, Sarah is livid when she realizes it was David who handed Eli Kit's personal details. David completely sells them both out, Tina explains. He's never been fond of Kit, so he deliberately stirs up trouble, which drags Sarah into hot water too. She's furious with David because it's such a sneaky move. All the Coronation Street spoiler clips for next week as danger strikes and secrets surface. With suspicions brewing at the police station, sparks flying in Victoria Gardens, and a frightening incident unfolding at number 13, Coronation Street is lining up another dramatic week on the cobbles. At the police station, DS Lisa Swain grows curious after stumbling across Kit Green in the middle of a hushed phone conversation. Meanwhile, Dee Dee Bailey finally gives in to her growing attraction to Ollie, while over at number 13, Debbie Webster suddenly collapses in worrying scenes. There's plenty to look forward to next week, and as always, Metro has you covered with all the must-see spoiler videos. The frosty dynamic between DS Lisa Swain and Kit Green doesn't look like it'll ease up anytime soon. Lisa walks in just as Kit jots something down on a sticky note, leading to a sharp exchange of words between them. Kit insists she should drop the animosity, pointing out they'll be working side by side regardless. But once Kit steps out, Lisa's suspicion gets the better of her. Using a pencil to shade over the impression left on the note, she uncovers the word Costello alongside a phone number. Could this mean Lisa has uncovered something secret between Kit and their superior? Wednesday, August 20th. Dee Dee Bailey pushes aside her doubts and decides to follow her heart when her client Ollie approaches her in Victoria Gardens. At first, she hesitates, reminding him that getting romantically involved with a client would be completely unprofessional. But as Ollie moves closer, her defenses begin to crumble. When the pair finally share a kiss, Ollie pauses to ask if she wants to put the brakes on. Dee Dee answers not with words, but by leaning in for another tender kiss. Could this be the beginning of a brand new romance for Dee Dee? Friday, August 22nd. Debbie Webster unlocks the door at number 13, planning to give the place a tidy-up while Kevin is away on holiday. What she doesn't realize is that Abby has other plans, a secret rendezvous with Carl. As Carl waits upstairs for Abby to return with some drinks, Debbie suddenly falls unwell and collapses to the floor. Hearing the noise, Carl rushes down to find his sister in a worrying state. Abby soon arrives home and, panicked, dials for an ambulance. At the same time, she hurriedly ushers Carl out of the house, desperate to keep their affair hidden. A chilling scream rattles Weatherfield in shocking Coronation Street scenes. Sally and Tim Metcalf's first taste of fostering life has been anything but straightforward. The couple are currently caring for Shanice and Joni Michaelis after their parents, Mick and Lou, both ended up behind bars. The sisters' childhood has been turbulent. Mick was often violent towards Lou, and matters spiraled when he discovered that their eldest son Brody was actually Kit Green's biological child. His fury led to a brutal outburst. He attacked Lou and went on to murder PC Craig Tinker, securing himself a long prison sentence. Lou later followed him to jail after she lashed out violently at Gary Windass. Amid this chaos, Sally and Tim have tried their hardest to provide the girls with a stable and loving home, but the road hasn't been smooth. A petty disagreement between the couple left Shanice shaken, triggering memories of the explosive rows she used to witness at home. Tensions escalated further when the sisters clashed with each other. Joni's temper turned cruel, and during one heated moment she hurled a remote at her younger sibling. Sally and Tim were horrified to discover multiple bruises on Shanice. When they raised it with Brody, he insisted Shanice's injuries came from an accident at school and reassured them that the sisters generally got along. However, viewers know that Brody is hiding the truth. We've seen him pleading with his sisters to behave so they aren't taken away from the Metcalfs. Determined to keep his family together, Brody even plotted to run away with Shanice and Joni, but Bernie managed to stop him in time. Soon, Gemma let slip to Tim about the escape plan, prompting Tim to sit Brody down and stress that social services are only trying to help. Later, Brody learns that Lou has been sentenced to 4 years in prison and delivers the devastating news to his sisters, leaving them distraught. Sally does her best to comfort the girls. It couldn't come at a worse time when a social worker and psychologist arrived to assess the placement. After speaking with Sally and Tim, they confirm they're satisfied with the girls remaining with the Metcalfs. But just as relief sets in, a blood-curdling scream rings out from the garden. What has happened? And could this shocking twist derail Shanice and Joni's future with Sally and Tim? Coronation Street confirms Aadi Allahan's final storyline after 16 years. Aadi Allahan's life on the cobbles has been full of chaos recently, but his time in Coronation Street is drawing to a close as he makes a life-changing decision about his future. Back in April, actor Adam Hussein revealed he was leaving the soap after 4 years in the role, and now the details of Aadi's exit are beginning to unfold. The turning point comes on the day of Dev Allahan and Bernie Winter's wedding. After Bernie's unexpected hospital dash, Aadi is forced to confess the truth about the dire state of the corner shop finances, which he ran into the ground while left in charge. Bernie had hoped to secretly use money from Dev's Auntie Ronnie to wipe away the debt, but their plan collapsed when Dev reacted badly and cut ties with his relative following an explosive row. Spiraling, Aadi drowns his sorrows and drunkenly admits to Lauren Bolton, Dev, and Bernie that he was the one who spiked the drink that left Lauren unwell. Furious, Dev insists his son needs a new start and decides to send him to India to live with family and learn some responsibility. But just as plans are being formed, Aadi enjoys a fling with Amy Barlow before being suddenly arrested over the LSD incident. As Dev helplessly watches him taken away in a police car, he fears his son's future is in tatters. Fortunately, Aadi is later released with just a caution. Returning to number 7, he reveals to Dev and his twin sister Asha that he's already reached out to cousin Vikram and intends to fly out to India straight away. While Dev is quietly proud that his son is finally taking responsibility, Asha is left heartbroken at the thought of losing her brother. But with his departure looming, one big question remains. Can Aadi avoid fresh trouble before boarding his flight, or will he leave Weatherfield with his mistakes still haunting him?